start with a great offensive line, and so then they have a great quarterback that leads them, and all their skill positions can make huge plays at any given time.
I know what it is. It is what it is, but you guys are one of the top 25 teams that's got to face 3 top 25 teams on the road down the stretch here. You give them a schedule. I mean, how prepared are you guys to accept this challenge down the road?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. That every week is a new challenge, and I mean, we're excited. We like new challenges because that we can really see who we are and prove to ourselves and other people that that we can accept challenges, and we're excited for it.
What's the hardest thing about when you do have a schedule like that has at TCU, at West Virginia, at Baylor, keeping your eye on just at TCU?
Well, I mean, I think it's just been ingrained in our minds. That's how I am. We're always just looking at the game in front of us, and because the other games don't matter. If you lose the one right in front of you, then you just can't overlook them. And so we're just very focused on our preparation for this Saturday and excited to go.
When you guys go top 10 versus top 10, this program hasn't been successful in that regard. What would it mean to you for you guys to be able to come out with a piece of history this weekend?
I mean, it'd be huge. Like always, we're preparing well, and we're excited for Saturday, and I hope we prepare well enough to come away with the win.
Now you guys, when you've gone on the road this year, have had 2 really close games with Oklahoma and Iowa State. What kind of confidence does that give you that you could pull another one out in a tough environment?
Yeah, every road win, especially in the Big 12, is tough to come by, and so the other 2 that we've had have been pretty tough to come by, but it gives us a little more experience on the road at hostile environments, and I know TCU is probably going to be rocking too. So it'll be fun environment.
With TCU's offense, do you guys have any added pressure from a defensive perspective in terms of forcing turnovers?
I mean, turnovers are huge. We'd love to get obviously as many as we can, but we just understand that it comes down to how we prepare and how we execute.
Is this the toughest offense you guys have seen this year?
I mean, it looks to be that way. TCU is a very, very talented offense, and the rest of the team as well. But obviously, as a defensive player, looking at their offense, they're going to throw some good stuff at us, and it's going to be a great challenge for us.
The numbers that Boykin are putting up right now, what stands out to you the most? I mean, some of those numbers are sick.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a stats guy, but I don't know all the numbers, but I know he's a great leader for their team. First of all, he's got a lot of poise back there, and he can hurt anybody, with his feet or with his arm, and so we just have to be ready for anything they throw at us.
Jonathan, a lot of people knew this front 4, this linebacker crew coming into this season. They knew the names, but in terms of secondary, there were a lot of question marks people had. How have you seen those guys improve over the season?
They've really improved, and it's been on the forefront of their minds that people have had question marks in our back end, and I know that they've just worked diligently to secure that spot and be the very best they can. And it's a defensive thing. It's a team sport, and so we're always trying to help each other in the best we can, because it puts a lot of added pressure on the back end when us as linebackers don't get deep enough drops and things like that. And so there's a lot of things that other positions can do to help.
We're motivated. We can encourage each other. We know what they're going to do. We can feed off each other based on what the offensive linemen are doing. So the more players you have that can play, then the easier it gets.
Terrell brought to the line now. I mean, he's got a lot more reps the last 2 weeks.
He brings a lot. He brings physicality and just a big body that we really don't have. He's very hard to move. He's very strong, and some guys like him, he can really step up the middle and take up some double teams. Other guys are getting double teamed, but he can work on his own. So as he keeps improving, he's going to be a great player for us.
Now, you guys have 3 road games against top 25 teams. You got the hardest cruising schedule in the Big 12, maybe even the nation. Do you look at that as a burden or an opportunity?
Well, an opportunity. You know, we can only take one game at a time. We can't play all 3 teams at the same week. So we're just going to take one game at a time and focus what we do. But it's a great opportunity to have a schedule like that.
With just TCU, has their offense improved more than you could have imagined from what you saw last year?
Absolutely. You know, looking back, we were watching last year's tape and completely different game plan what they have this year compared to last year. But they have a great offensive coaches. I believe they got 2 new coaches that really done a nice job. The personnel has really improved. Trayvon Boykin has stepped up and been a leader and has really improved his game as well. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
With everything that's on the line in that game, what kind of atmosphere are you expecting in Fort Worth?
You know, when we went down there in 2012, it was a great crowd. They really got into it. They tried to help their team out as much as possible. So I feel like it's going to be just as much or more going back down there. So it's going to be a great opportunity, great atmosphere.
You feel like it's the toughest challenge you guys have had as a defense so far this year?
You know, it probably is. Auburn, second best, since Auburn. So it'll be a challenge, but it's nothing that we haven't seen. We can take care of it.
You guys were able. You got the 2 sacks. Obviously, it seems like as interior defensive line, you've really been able to create more push up the middle. How important is that with a guy like Boykin to not, I guess, to maybe free up your defensive ends a little bit more?
You know, the biggest push we can get, the better it's going to be. Boykin's the kind of athlete that will hurt you on his feet as well. So we're really going to have to contain him and try to get in his face and force some bad throws, and hopefully that will create some turnovers.
If you guys are able to push, does that maybe give the defensive ends a little more opportunity to contain also?
The more push we get, the easier it's going to be for the defensive ends.
When you saw that TCU scored 82 in a game earlier this year, what was your reaction to that?
I watched a little bit of that game, and it's just we're gonna have to be ready for it. You know, we know they can score. We know they can score in a hurry. So it's gonna be a challenge, but just like every other team in the Big 12, everyone can score points really fast, really quick, and a lot of them too. So it's gonna be quite a challenge, especially with the athletes they have. But like I said, it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Is red zone defense maybe more important against a team like this that can move it up and down the field so easily?
I believe so. You know, all the areas of the game is important, but red zone defense. If you're 100% in the red zone defense, then they don't score. So that's how we look at it, and that's how we're going to take it.
Thanks, Travis.